We say to our clients, stalk us before you speak to me, stalk me. Like, go and do some good client due diligence, because that's what, like, because you'll know, John, as well as me, the coaching space is quite crowded. And there's a lot of people, in my opinion, that should not be coaches, right? They're glorified marketers that are trying to sell you a program. They don't actually have any business acumen or business knowledge. They are just a marketer. And you're not going to get results from that, because their marketing doesn't necessarily work for you and your business and what you're trying to achieve. So, a funnel, if you've set up a funnel really well, you should be educating your clients. You should be making sure that they have done due diligence, so that by the time they get to the call with you or speaking with you, they already know that they want to work with you. It's just kind of, you're answering their questions, you're crossing the T's, dotting the I's, making sure that it's a good fit for both parties. Like, we sometimes have people that be like, if you're not coachable, if you're not this, if you're not that, like, because we're results driven, like, our focus as a company is results. You want to come to us, get ready to do the work, get ready to roll up your sleeves, because we want results. And we don't want people who are going to coach, who are going to, kind of drag their feet. Myron Golden always says this, like, I haven't got the energy to drag you around. So
I love that.
We're like, it's a 50-50 relationship. We're going to give you everything, but you have to put in the work, right? So your funnel should be doing 90% of that heavy lifting for you.
That's very well said. I like that. A lot of people, especially the beginners that I've talked to, they have this understanding and idea of how all this space works, but I feel like a lot of them are not necessarily results focused. And really, at the end of the day, like, if you get into business, you're there to solve a problem for people and help them.
Yeah.
And so you really need to be results focused. So couldn't agree with you more on that. And I'd love to dive more into the conversation around the funnel and kind of how it is that you've structured it and learned to get it to the point that you brought it to today. So I guess the first question is like, you said you mentioned a VSL funnel. Like, could you kind of break down some of the way that you've designed it?
Yeah, so ours is quite simple, actually. We have, obviously, our opt-in page. We're always updating the headline. We keep it quite simple. There's always going to be, our branding is going to be very dominant. Like, I'm not a fan of funnels that look like a funnel. Like, it needs to make me feel like I'm in your environment. I want to get to know, like, and trust you as a company, as a business. Like, show me what you look like. I want to see, hear, and feel you and your company and what you're about. What's your values? What's your morals? What's your beliefs? Like, I want to know you as the business owner, because it's you that I'm investing in to get these results. So I think some could be more authentic in brand, and not scared to be them. I think in the ClickFunnels space, there's a lot of people that think that they just need to be the bro marketer with the Porsche, with the rented house, like all of this stuff. But it doesn't allow me to get to know you and, why you're good at what you do. Try to make your brand authentic and stand out for not just what you do, but how you do it. What's so good about, what's your experience? What's your lived experience? Like, for me, salon owners, I've been in that environment since I was 12. I know the industry inside out and upside down. To be able, so I tell them that story, like, I connect with them. Think about, and I think connection is important. So on our second page, on our video page, we have all of our video testimonials, which we have tons. Like, you could be there all day going through one story after another. Because again, people want to be certain, like, if you're going with a good coach, they're not going to be the cheapest, but they're going to be the best. And in order for you to have real good clarity that this person is really good at what they do and that they are the best, you should be going through their video testimonials, all of this data, all of this information that they should be providing to you up front before you're thinking of working with them. So we just have the video, which obviously is our VSL, and then obviously all of our video testimonials. And then we go to our calendar page, and again we have like a survey application. And I would recommend everybody to do this, is to ask your clients some questions before they book the call, so that you know that this is an ideal client, it's a good fit. You might even give them a piece of homework or something to do, like in our email sequence. Up until they come to the call, we're like, make sure you've done your due diligence, watch our reviews, recap all of everything that's included in this program, come equipped with your questions. If you've got a business partner, your business partner needs to be on that call. Like, we're literally telling them because we want to set them up for success.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and sounds like a great funnel and great communication. I think that's one of the biggest pieces that people really need to lean into as they do their funnels, is they need to communicate every step of the process and what the standards are, and what they're getting into fully. And I think that another thing that's interesting for the listeners who are on the beginner side is previously I had Victor Damasio on here, and he's in the high ticket space as well. And he talked a lot about the idea that your biggest job as the individual who's running the high ticket program is basically to vet the individuals that you're selling to, because at the end of the day, if you turn around and charge somebody a ton of money for a program that you're not able to deliver on, like, that's going to cause a lot of problems. And you need to be able to make sure that you communicate to them what is required to get those results, and then make sure that they're capable of getting them. And that's really good. It sounds like you guys are doing that. So that's fantastic.
100%. And you want to be finding out, how long's this program been running? Like, ask all of these kind of questions, because for us, we've been doing high ticket coaching in our space for over 10 years. Like, we're not somebody who just popped up in COVID because we didn't have anything else to do. Like, you need to be vetting and asking the right questions as a consumer. Because I do see a big problem at the moment in the market is people are just getting hoodwinked by marketers, and they promise this great big result, but then they have no business acumen to actually fulfill the result that they are promising and that they're offering. And equally, we have to keep our community to a high standard that people are going to learn from other people, not just from me and my team.
If you're interested in learning more about the tidbits and advice that they have, then you should consider subscribing to the 2 Comma Club newsletter, where you'll get daily updates and advice on the podcast and the things that we are learning from the individuals who have made at least $1 million. Just go to 2ccnewsletter.com or click the link in the description down below and subscribe.